Ah, the sweet, sweet sound of classical music. This particular melody is Johann Pachelbel's Canon in D major. Classical music not your thing? Maybe you like more modern music, such as this.
I'm at a payphone trying to go.
Maybe you even like music like this.
Return to the Mac. Get up what it is, what it does, what it is, what it isn't. Looking for a better way to get up out of bed instead of.
But there is one thing that I know everyone hates. The horrible, the mean, the dreaded test. How did these two things connect, you may ask? The reality is that music may actually help improve someone's test scores and academic performance. According to the book Your Brain on Music by Dr. Daniel Levitin, a professor of cognitive neuroscience at the University of California in Berkeley, music has many different effects on your brain, the most notable being the strengthening of the corpus callosum. The corpus callosum is the part of the brain that joins the right and left sides. The left side of your brain is responsible for all logical thinking, math, directions, and reasoning, and the right brain is responsible for artistic or abstract thinking, art, creativity, and extended thinking. By strengthening the corpus callosum, you are increasing the power and functionality of both sides of your brain. This strengthening of the total brain results in people being able to think with a higher amount of reasoning power, or in other words, get better test scores. Music does other things to your brain as well, including strengthening the hippocampus, which is responsible for memory, and also increasing the power of the motor cortex, which affects how well a person can do things like hold a pencil. Dr. Levitin's study is not the only one of its kind, though. There have been many studies conducted over this theory, including very professional scientific studies by many researchers at the National Institutes of Health, but also simple surveys of people on how music affects them, such as the one on Buffer.com, which says that a survey taken by the Journal of Consumer Research reported that a moderate amount of ambient noise can actually boost creativity. I decided to test this theory on my own with my own research methods. First, I made a survey and asked many people if they felt that music helped their academic performance. Out of the responses I got, 91% said that music helps their academic performance. Not satisfied with the results of only this survey, I designed another test that had 7 questions and involved thinking. This test required that the person who was taking the test had to use both the logic and creative thinking parts of their brain. This meant that these questions weren't just simple math facts or questions that you had to memorize to know the answers for. I gave this test to 2 groups of adolescents at the Hulstrom K-8 middle school. One of these groups had music playing in the background while they were testing. The music was of their own choice, and if the test subjects were not listening to their own music, there was stock classical music playing in the background. The other group had no music playing in the background. I then scored these 2 tests and compared the results. The scores of those who had music playing in the background were actually higher than those who did not have music playing in the background. These results proved to me that there was definitely a correlation between music and someone's academic performance on tests. Obviously, my experiment was not the most scientifically accurate, but if many more experiments were conducted on the same topic and give similar results to my test, the evidence could be used to have teachers and educators play music when students are learning or taking tests, or letting students play their own music while learning or taking a test. This will lead to better test scores and more educated and happier students. Not only will playing music in class be good for the students' overall health, but it will also help the greater society in general, such as increasing the ranking of the United States in world education rankings, or leaving a very educated student in the job market to help boost the national economy and raise a better generation. By taking the first step by playing music in the classroom, we are showing that music really can lead to an overall better world.